Hello and welcome to the Money Marketing Podcast. I'm Kimberly Donder, Digital Content Manager, and in this week's Weekend Essay Podcast, we have reporter Darius McQuaid telling us making a difference is a good feeling. Take it away, Darius.
A journalistic ambition of mine is for my articles to benefit or help someone who is in need. Prior to working for Money Marketing, the closest I ever got to doing this was when I wrote about my experiences of suffering from meningitis. I wrote a blog about the disease and my experience for the Independent blogs page. The article can no longer be found on the Independent's website. Well, I can't find it anyway, but I remember a woman commented on the piece thanking me for raising awareness of the illness as her brother had suffered from it as well. This was a nice feeling, especially as the first blog piece I wrote for The Independent was about the series of The Apprentice at the time, and someone found it so enthralling they commented on the piece with simply the word yawn. At least I'm heading in the right direction, I thought. However, an article I wrote for Money Marketing felt like a big jump from my piece of meningitis to me. A retail investor in Bassett and Gold, Mr. N, invested almost all the residual funds he had for his retirement in B&G. B&G used to issue mini bonds, but was placed into administration on the 1st of April 2020. Gallium was the Financial Conduct Authority regulated principal for B&G. B&G also was the appointed representative of Gallium between 1st of February 2017 and 28th of February 2018. Mr. N had accused Gallium of dragging its feet in the process of paying back his compensation. His claim had been with the Financial Ombudsman Service for over 2.5 years. This is despite Mr. N's FOS claim having a priority marker as he is not able to work due to a mental health problem and he has no income. Not too long after I wrote an article about Mr. N and his situation, he received the good news from the FOS as it had ruled in his favour and he will receive full compensation for the money he invested. The article was also featured in the Transparency Times, which helps to drive positive, progressive and purposeful finance reform by harnessing the transformational power of transparency. Mr. N tells me he also sent the article to his investigator at the FOS. The FOS instructed that Mr. N should receive some compensation for the distress caused by this process. Mr. N says he felt that the Money Marketing article that I first wrote about the situation had helped in the FOS deciding in his favour. In the FOS decision document regarding Mr. N's case, it detailed that he was listed as an advised investor, even though he had not received advice from a financial advisor. Additionally, when he called up B&G to receive help on filling out the application form, the firm explained that he did not know what type of investor he would be described as, so the woman he was speaking to at B&G just placed him under the high net worth investor box or sophisticated investor box. The retail investor was told it doesn't really matter as nothing is going to happen to your capital, even though he did not understand the difference between the different investor categories. They were never explained to him. Now Mr. N has received all the money he was owed from this ordeal. I really enjoyed reading Mr. N's kind words about the help my articles provided him. Mr. N says, I wanted to personally thank you for your valued help, support and assistance in my long quest for compensation re my Bassett and Gold investment. As you know, I originally invested in the bonds as it was FCA regulated with protection from FOS if things went wrong. It has been a traumatic and stressful 3 years in trying to retrieve my due compensation. You and your journalism have helped and had a positive impact. Your article, however, exposed a huge failing in FOS and FCA. You highlighted multiple issues surrounding regulation, and I feel you have named and shamed and many times put the FOS on the spot. I sincerely hope your incredibly helpful journalism will go some way into changing the way the regulators protect innocent bondholders in the future. I am not expecting to win an award for my help in Mr. N's case, although I am aware there is a Consumer Champion of the Year category at the Headline Money Awards. Hint, hint. It just makes me feel joyful that I gave help to someone in need. What gives me an even bigger smile was seeing how at ease and happy Mr. N was after receiving his money.
Thanks, Darius, for another great weekend essay. We do hope that you enjoyed it. Please do keep up to date with all our new releases via Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere else you get your podcast from. You can also keep up to date with all our new content published on the Money Marketing website, as well as our print edition, Money Marketing Mag, so make sure to subscribe. Follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. See you next time.